Hello, Periscope, and welcome to the Sunday edition of Single Mom Sunday. I'm your host, Kay. I normally do these at 6. We changed our time, but today I was out having fun with friends and just couldn't make it home, and so I want to talk to you guys today about 5 things to work on before you date again. Hello, Ron Patterson. How are you? And so I'm Kaywanda. If you've never been on my scope, I'm a single mom. I'm a single mom coach and author, and that was a picture of my book and all that good stuff. Hello, Lady Venus 5. And so every Sunday I like to come on and give some type of inspiration, and sometimes we just chat, but all in the vein of helping us as single moms, single dads, single parents, right? And so today I was thinking, you know, we've been talking a lot about dating again and dating and kind of the environment. Hi, not single, but here to listen. Absolutely. Well, welcome, Lady Venus 5. Listen away and chime in and chat, please, too. So real quick, I've been scoping since last summer. Kind of took a little hiatus around November-ish because I was trying to finish the book and get that out and then working with other clients, and it just got to be a lot. But I miss doing this, and so thank you for inviting followers. So I hope that we get our crew back together. We used to have a whole bunch of folks that would come on Sundays, and so normally we do it at 6 p.m. Central, and so next Sunday you can look for me at that time. I just happen to be scoping a little later today. All right, 5 things to work on before you date. So I'm a single mom, been a single mom a whole lot longer than I thought I would be, but guess what? That's okay, because you only want to end up, and Lady Venus told us she's not single, you only want to end up with someone who is absolutely right for you. And sometimes we rush that. Hello, Lady J4, welcome to the scope. And so the first thing I want you to make sure you're doing as a single is I want you to make sure you're living your life. There is nothing, well, some people may beg to differ, but there is nothing more sexy than somebody who knows who they are and is enjoying their life. They're working in their passion. They're working in their purpose. That's attractive. People look at you and they want to say, why does she have that pep in her step? What does she have going on, right? And so whatever you're doing, make sure you are living and loving. The second thing I want you to know, hello, Miss Kaywanda Lamb. Hey, cousin. What's your value proposition? So I'm an entrepreneur. You heard me say earlier, you know, I own a business. I am a single mom coach and have a book and all that good stuff out. I blog. Well, in business, you always have to have a value proposition. What is it that you're offering your customer? And so I want you to really think about this. Don't get lost in the term. What is it that you offer your Boaz? What is it that you offer your Ruth? Now, don't get discouraged, but just think about it. Think about all the wonderful qualities that you possess, right? And if you don't know what that is, that's your homework. Okay, what's your value proposition? Now, number 3, I want you to increase your skills. Listen, let me tell you. Listen, Linda. I dated a guy. I had some car trouble. He was no count. Now listen, I'm not saying we all got to go back to school and become mechanics, but it would be nice that if I'm not good at something, my mate is good at it. So I want you to work on whatever it is that you lack in this area. Women, most men, not all, but most men say the way to a man's belly is through the way to a man's heart. Let me get it right. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Now, that may not be true all the time, but it would be nice if you had some kind of cooking skills. Now, I've met some men who can outcook me and I can burn, right? But that's like uncommon. So if the both of you can't cook in the kitchen, you're going to spend a whole bunch of money eating out. Truth, it is with my husband. Honey, so you got him hooked on those collard greens and cornbread. Yes. Which I don't know what kind of food you cook, but hey, collard greens and cornbread is where it's at. And so I want you to, whatever it is, yes. And so whatever it is that you're lacking in, you know, look, do some research, kind of watch the guy you're interested in, pay attention to what it is that he likes. I super suck at sports. I suck. Okay, I'm good at playing them, but I just don't get like football. I have tried. The Lord knows I have tried. But I can watch a game, I can go to a game, I can talk so good and you think I know what's going on. My boys play football and I'm still like, what kind of play is it? I got touchdowns, I got interceptions, and I got field goals. And that's all y'all gonna get out of me. Listen, I have tried and I'm still like, what happened? And I've been looking at this for 20 something, if not all of my 38 years. Listen, but amen. But that doesn't stunt our relationship, because I'm willing to increase my skills in the area. Listen, I just like to watch you in your uniforms running around chasing the ball, grown men. Can that be good enough? She said. Right. But what are those things? I have a cousin and she says she can't boil water. I said, listen, honey, as soon as you get to Texas, I'm going to teach you how to cook, because we can't have this. We need you to know how to survive. Now, we have a season of singleness that we have to go through. You're waiting on your wife to be able to cook, and you can't find a wife. So then what? Are you going to starve? Are you going to give the fast food people in the restaurants all of your money? You've got to learn how to fend for yourself. You got to learn how to increase your skills. And so the fourth thing is, I want you to release the baggage. This is a tough one. This is a hard one. Nobody wants to believe that they have baggage. But Erykah Badu said it best, honey. You're going to miss your bus if you don't hurry up. We need you to release the baggage. That relationship is over and it's done. It would be nice to be with that person. Yes, they hurt you, and we're not, discounting that. Go through your healing process, but do not bring it up in your next relationship. It's time to release the baggage. Let it go. Give the new person a new slate. All right, number 5. Be the person you want to date. Be the person. And the only way you're going to be the person you want to date is if you stop long enough. Stop running from relationship to relationship. Stop talking to your friends about how lonely you are and you're single and you can't wait to find Mr. Right. Take some time to figure out who Mr. Right is. Thank you. Take some time to figure out who Mr. Right is for you. That's what I want. I want you to take some time to be the person you want to date. So how do you do that? You have to date yourself. You have to get accustomed to doing things by yourself sometimes. Figuring out what is it that you like. Hey, Paula, and thank you guys for sharing the scope with people. And so we've just talked about 5 things to work on before you date. Again, as a single mom and as a single dad, even as a single, hey girl, hey. Thank you, ladies, sugars. My screen is cracked, y'all, and I'm blind, so we're struggling over here, but thank you so much. So one more time, I want to repeat the 5 things, and you guys chime in. Wanting someone cultured and fit, and you're not. Listen, I talk about this all the time, Lady Venus. I have friends, and I love them. Don't ever go to the gym. Eat up everything they want. We all have different genetic backgrounds. I can eat a whole bunch of stuff and I don't never hardly make a change. Okay? I'm sorry. I came here like that. I can't do anything about it. That's my mom and my dad. I appreciate them. But if I go around eating up everything unhealthy, then I'm going to start having some I'm going to start having some effects that happen on the inside that's not good for me, even if I look good on the outside. And so the same thing is for the people who want the guys and the girls to look like they just came out of a cover shoot for, what's in style, GQ magazine, right? And so you have to work on you. I have a girlfriend. I love her. But she wants like somebody who looks like Idris Elba, and she don't do no working out. She don't push them place away. You see what I'm saying? Idris Elba is not checking for you. Idris Elba's cousin is not checking for you. That's harsh, and we don't want to believe that. And it's not to say that you have to settle. That's not what we're saying. It's somebody out there for you, and he is going to be fine when you get fine. Not going to work. Lady Venus says it's not going to work. And so here's the deal. There's something behind that. Sometimes people hide behind, I believe, that that's the kind of man they want or that's the kind of woman they want because it keeps them comfortable. It keeps them complacent in their singleness. And they say, well, I just haven't met the person that I want, right? Because they have this big old ideal that nobody can fit, that nobody can match. And so that's a tactic that helps to, hi, thank you for popping in. That helps to keep them happy with that lie that they're telling themselves, right? And the real truth is you haven't done the work to work on you, to release the baggage, to do the things that you need to do to be acceptable for somebody to date you. Now, let me talk about that when I say acceptable, because we're all wonderful and worthy. We are all wonderful and worthy, no matter what we look like. But what I'm talking about is you have to get rid of 100. You have to get rid of that negative mindset, that stuff you're telling you, that stuff somebody used to tell you, that stuff the last person told you. All that stuff keeps playing in your head. You have to release that because we can see it on your face. We can see it in the way that you act. Even when you say you're confident, We can tell in the things that you do. I've been there. I'm not perfect. I'm telling you from what I know, right? And I had to grow out of that and had to grow through that. And so I'm telling you, if you are ready to date, do these 5 things. Number 1, make sure you living and loving your life. That will bring a man to you. He might be the one that stays, but that is attractive. Confidence is attractive. You walking in your purpose, you being who you are unapologetically, honey, that will have somebody come up and say, oh my gosh, can I get your number? Same thing for guys. I mean, I don't know, some women may be, but I don't have any animals, so I'm not into nursing pets. I'm not into nursing things, okay? So I'm not going to go up to a guy or give a guy my number who's all down and, oh, this happened and I'm just kind of, that's not attractive to me. Right? Some people it may be. Some people like to fix or try to fix folks. That's not my deal. I need you to already be okay. All right? So we can work on the level we at. And so there are some people who will come up to you and prey on you based on the energy that you're putting out. So learn how to get over those things that have you down and bound, right? So that you can attract the person you're looking for. Now, granted, we all don't look like Halle Berry. We all don't look like Idris Elba. Okay, so there's somebody who's going to love us just the way that we are. But work on these things so they can love you without, let's see, I believe guys are competing against my peace. I love my peaceful lifestyle. Honey, look, I said this yesterday to somebody. Was it Friday we were having this conversation? Or maybe yesterday we were talking about peace is a beautiful place. Absolutely. And so they don't have to compete against your peace. They need to come in peace. And they need to keep the peace, and they need to dwell in peace if they want to dwell with you. I agree. So I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you mean. It's hard to let them in. Yes, because, you know, some other things, maybe you're afraid, some fears, some stuff from the past. Absolutely. But you will know when you're ready, right? You will know when you're ready. And I would say, you know, if you have somebody that you're interested in and they're super nice and you vetted them, you kind of spend some time around them, you think it'll be okay to start getting to know them a little bit, just try it, because the longer you wait and you say these things to yourself, you'll find that it really wasn't anything to be afraid of, right? So take a leap, take a leap. All right, so folks who joined in, the top 5 things were, hey, replay viewers, just in case, I want to let y'all know we appreciate you. But number 1, the top 5 things that I think we should work on before we date again as single moms and single dads is, I want you to make sure you're living your life. Live your life. Make sure you're working your passion. You're doing things that you enjoy every day. Not stuff that's like keeping you busy and keeping you distracted, but stuff you really love, stuff you like to do. Okay. Number 2, I want you to know what's your value proposition. What is it that you give? Like, if a dude dates you, what's he getting? I'm not talking about physical stuff. I'm talking about go down the list and write down all the amazing qualities. I'm a good woman. I'm loyal. Okay. I take care of my kids. I will take care of the kids that we have together. Okay. I love that. Taking notes. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. What are the things that you bring to the table? I love this. This is my area of genius. I want somebody in this area, and so we can work together and do this. I want to own a nonprofit. He already has that, or what are the things that really make you tick? Right? So when you get to know these things, then you'll know the dude you're looking for when you see him, and you'll know the ones that you don't even want to mess with. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but I had some fine, and I just shake my head like, not even going, not my monkey, not my circus, not even going down that road. I'm like, I just said to myself, Lord, you fine. Oh my God. I could tell already. Nope. I'm like, what was the guy on Friday? My cousin's on here, the red hair, the light skinned guy when Debo was beating up the guy in the store, and he said, "You want some of this, old man?" Ronaldo Ray. He said, "No." And so you ever have that fine fellow or the red? Yes. And so I'm like, God sure bless you, brother. No. So you learn from experience the ones, no. The ones that are not for you. You can tell trouble when you see it. Don't go down that road. Just wait. Blessings. What an amazing specimen you are. Glory in the highest. No. All right, the third thing, y'all, I cut up sometime. You had to keep me on track. Number 3, I want you to increase your skills. What is that? What does a man want in a wife? Ask your married friends. Ask your brothers. Ask your cousins. Ask the one who got married and he just loves his wife and he was the world's biggest player. Ask him, what made you marry? How did you know she was the one? Ask him. And he'll tell you the things that made him realize that it was time for me to settle down. It was time for me to pick a good woman, okay? And so then you want to start increasing your skills in that area. This is not about catching a man. This is not any kind of tactic to catch a man. This is to make you whole and complete, okay? Does that make sense? All right, number 4, I want you to release the baggage, any of the baggage that you have from past relationships. See, we do ourselves a disservice when we say all men are like this. Oh, he's just a that, or you're just like your daddy, or you're this or you're that. And you keep replaying those things. Don't say that stuff to your kids, by the way, okay? And when we keep on holding on to the negative experiences that we've had in our past, we're super hurting our present. I want you to release it, whatever it takes. So if you know you kind of still have a broken heart, you know you're kind of still bitter about something. He's remarried. He doesn't take care of his kids. He doesn't pay child support. He will get his, and you will eventually get yours. Let it go. Just let it go. And so I want you to release the baggage and live. All right, number 5 was be the person you want to date. So start thinking about it. Oh my gosh, like there's this dude in my office or this guy in my building that doesn't work at my office, right? Because we don't want to have them like work relationships. They don't typically pan out. And so watch him. Watch how he is with other people. Not just, oh my God, he's fine, he smells good, but watch him. What does it seem like he's attracted to? Because you know what I'm talking about. That crush that starts, you see him, he sees you, y'all act like y'all don't see each other. Y'all do that for about 3-4 months, right? And so watch him. See what's going on. What kind of person is he? Be the person you want to date. Is he looking at other people? How is she dressed? Is he looking at the floozy in the office, or is he just only paying attention to you? Listen, 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 Linda. Pay attention. Be the person you want to date. And so, anyway, that's what was on my mind today. What do y'all think about that? Would you add any more to the list? Would you add any more? Thank you for the hearts. And so 5 things to work on before you date. You know, we always have these lists. I love to give you some tips. I love to talk about what we're confronting as single moms, what's out here. What are some things that you guys hate? What's some stuff you hate that people like say to you when you're, I nailed it. Thank you, Lady Venus. Thank you, darling. And so what are some things you hate when you're dating? Great advice. Thank you, Paula. What are some things you hate when you're dating as a single mom? Like some of the things that people say to you. I think, was it Thursday's Periscope I did? And I was kind of talking about neediness. Absolutely. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, neediness in a man and in a woman. Please come like together. Yes, please come as an adult. Because what I think the challenge that a lot of people don't get is that as a single parent, we've already been doing a whole bunch of stuff. So if we've been a single parent long, then we've learned how to make the world go round and make it look easy. You can call me 50 times a day. Yes, you can't. Absolutely. Listen, I had, yuck. I had a guy, and my friends still make fun of me about this. He was such a nice fellow, y'all. But he called me in the morning, he called me in the afternoon, and he called me at night. And he would want to talk to me 3 hours. And I'm like, I talked to you this morning at 6 o'clock, and I kind of told you what I was doing today. So in my mind, like, don't call her because she's writing a book. And she has this week to get it done, and she has her schedule too much. And super nice fellow, but he just didn't get it. And then he would want to talk 3 hours every night about nothing. Listen, when you gonna ask me out on a date? When we going to dinner? That's all I want to know. We can talk about all this when I carve out some time in my schedule to have this conversation you trying to have. That's 15 hours. You done interrupted me for 15 hours. Oh my God. So neediness. I'm telling y'all this story. Fellas, we love y'all. We love y'all. But I'm just saying, pay attention. Listen, just listen. Just listen. So neediness is something that annoys us. And so let me finish that thought. As single moms, I know for me, listen y'all, I work a full-time job. I'm an educator. Hablo español. I teach Spanish. I have 2 boys that are teens now. They're 14 and 16. One's almost 14. The other one's 16. I have a business that I run, that I do in my spare time and on my weekends. I run concurrent with what I do, right, for a living. And so I have the ability, and it doesn't always pan out like that, just like many of you, we have the ability to multitask. right? And so we make time for people when we're dating when we really don't have time. And we need them to respect that. This dude now just messages me, hey, hi, compliments, nothing. I actually mentioned it, I'll pass. Actually, right, hey, hi. And it may be because you're kind of not too interested and he doesn't know what to do. And that's when you have to be able to say, we have to take this conversation off of the cell phone. Because a lot of guys these days will text you. And we prefer to be talked to. We prefer in person. And so you want to let a guy know also when you're first getting to date them what your mode or your preference for communication is. Because, yeah, these days these guys will like to text you. And let's just be honest, sometimes they send you the same text they sending somebody else. So just make sure that he knows you're not in for it. You're not having it. But the reason why I wanted to bring that up about the guy who... Y'all killing me though with that neediness. No, I can seriously say he's sorry. Laugh out loud. Oh, poor baby. Well, you know what? And on their journey too to being better men, we help them grow, don't we? We help them grow. So this was a growing lesson, honey. Don't text the next girl to death. But let me tell you, the guy, he was such a nice person, but he couldn't get it. So I would say, hey, so what do you do for fun when you're not working? And for him, he likes to sit at the TV. Because he works all day. He's a coach. He has his own business. So I get it. You're out in the hot sun. You're training athletes. So you just want to woosah. You want to relax. But you got to think about the person you're talking to. I don't want to relax at the TV and eat a TV dinner or something I cooked every day. This person likes to live, right? So if you want to, so the person that you're interested in, you have to accept their personality. You have to say, okay, what is it they like to do? And sometimes you want to do some of those things. And so that's why I'm saying early on, let people know who you are and how you are, how you prefer to talk, and be upfront and honest. I'm not here for all these text messages, right? So I finally just told him, I said, look, bro, I cuts up, I do. I said, look, bro, you're a super, some woman is going to be super blessed with you, when you're ready. But I'm so busy right now. I don't even have time to even talk to you anymore. And he was so nice about it. He was super nice, just super nice about it. And then we went our separate ways. And my friends keep telling me that I'm so mean and I'm so wrong. But let me tell you, listen, honey, listen. I like to live. What you're showing me right now is what you're going to give me later. TV dinners. And on the couch. That ain't what we do. Not every day. And so, guys, early on, pay attention to the woman. If she's giving you the sign this is boring, then you need to step it up. You need to ask her, what is it that you want to do? Hey, how about you plan the next date? Ask her on a date. Mine never did, right? And so same thing for you ladies. You don't have to be bossy with guys. You can kind of tell the guy you're dating. And just because someone is nice doesn't mean they're the one. Absolutely. You see, I passed that up, honey. Listen. And I'm saying, and we feel really bad, don't we? Guys do it all the time. They be like, man, she's a nice girl. Yeah, it didn't work out. And they move on because they have been trained. True. They have been trained from young bucks. That they have their pick, they have their assortment, and they don't feel bad about telling a nice girl, nah, it ain't gonna work out. You see what I'm saying? And we have to learn to be more, I'm not saying tough or like a man. What was that Steve Harvey's book? It was Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. I think there's some truth to that. I think it's good to know who you're dealing with because when you date a man, they have a certain mindset. They come with certain things that they've been trained to do. They've been doing it with plenty of women before you. And so if you are going to take the person that you're interested in and go from, dating to boyfriend to whatever you want after that, then there's going to have to be some retraining unless he comes already ready. Now let's talk about that. Y'all see I'm just going. Y'all tell me when it's enough or keep chiming in when you want to. But let's talk about that. How does a man know when he's found his wife? Yesterday I went to my church. They have a singles ministry. And I must admit, I had never made it out to the singles ministry because sometimes the singles ministries is full of women and it's full of women who want a husband. There's nothing wrong with that, right? And then the guys kind of know it. So the guys come who are single and they just kind of try to talk to the women who are in there, right? So I kind of never really fooled with the singles ministry. But after writing the book, I really want to reach more single women, more single moms specifically, and I really just want to share what I've learned on my journey. And so I said, let me go see what's going on and kind of see what I can learn there or share there. And so the question came up. Hello, Miss Brianna, Danae. We're kind of talking about, we talked about a lot of things. Y'all know how Kaywanda is, but 5 things to work on before you date. Hey! And so at the singles ministry meeting, at the end we had, it was beautiful, by the way. It was amazing. It was a small crowd, all women. And then our teacher was a man, and he did an amazing job. He talked about Samson, but we barely even got through the text he had prepared because he really wanted to talk about, did you live a life that was what you were supposed to be living, right? God had called him to be set apart forever, like as a Nazarite forever, ever. The word says, the angel of the Lord said, from birth until. So he wasn't ever supposed to not be a Nazarite. And mostly he broke it down for us, you're a Nazarite for just a little bit. But he was supposed to be forever. And we know he had Samson and Delilah. We know he had that situation with Delilah. And we know God allowed him to redeem himself in the end. But the whole point was we barely even got through that because the question came up with how long should you date a man before he asks you to marry him? And so one lady said 3 to 6 months. I said 6 months to a year. And another girl, she said however long it takes. And I said, why then, as old as we are now, are we not having conversations with people at the onset? Not like first date onset. But I mean, you're dating somebody consistently. You've now gone into boyfriend-girlfriend status. How you in boyfriend-girlfriend status with somebody and you don't know what their intentions are for you or their desire for marriage, however long it takes? No, thank you. Boo. That's how you end up 10 years waiting every Christmas to see if he's going to propose to you. And I'm not knocking anybody who that happened in your life. I get it. We all on a journey. I'm just saying at 38, I don't have no more years. And I'm not itching to get married. I'm not itching to have another baby. I don't have no clocks ticking. But I don't have any more years to wait and see if somebody wants to marry me. I don't have no more years for that. Does that make sense to y'all? And so if you have some years, that's fine. If you're in a relationship and you want to give him time to grow and all those things. But what I'm saying here is I think that where we mess up when we're dating is that we don't set the intention in the beginning. And I'm just saying, what do you guys think about that, right? So the guy who was teaching the class, he said a man knows really, really early on if he's going to date a woman just to date her for fun, for kicks, to go out. She's cool to hang out with. Okay, she's good for da-da-da-da-da, fill that in with whatever you want to fill it in with. And this is someone who I know I want to marry. Yes, totally. Intention should be known early. Lady Venus, the married one on the line. Absolutely, absolutely. And so, and I circled that around to say, we have all the power, but we just don't know it. And I'm not saying use who you are, use your wiles. I'm not saying use physical attraction, any of that stuff to get a man, hook a man, manipulate a man. I'm not saying that. But I am saying, as women, we have all the power. We make the world go round. We run houses. We run businesses. We are amazing other halves. We make the world go round. There's somebody who is going to be your other half. But we have to stop spending time with folks who are not ever going to be our other halves. And that takes you being honest with yourself about, is this somebody I would be a good fit with? Right? Hello, thank you guys for popping in. Is this somebody I would be a good fit with? Okay. Has he made his intentions known to me? It doesn't have to be the, hey, I want to marry you. Just say, yes, marriage is important to me. I do want to be married. Okay. What are the things? What are the dynamics of your relationship? What are you allowing to go on? Are you giving out milk and cookies? Right. Right. Or are you allowing yourselves to get to know each other? And so, again, that's just some things to ponder and to think about. Y'all can let me know what you think about that. What do you think about what I just said? So, again, this came up in a singles ministry conversation yesterday. And the question was, how long should you wait? I said 6 months to a year. The reason why I said 6 months to a year is because in that 6 months to a year, I want to get to know you. I want to know what you like. Okay. 3 months from now, when all the butterflies are kind of gone and we've stopped talking, because listen, y'all, we all got voices when we first talk. This is normal Kaywanda voice. This is country Kaywanda voice right here. But oh, darling, oh my gosh. So you may get something like this. Oh, really? How are you? Oh, I had a great day today. You know, we all have our representatives and our different voices. The representative. It was a divorce with 5 children, no time for games. We had the talk week 1. Where is this going? I was a divorcee with 5. Girl, hallelujah. Come on, shout right now. We don't have no time. And let me tell you, life going through that will make sure you have no time for games. And so single mamas, there are men who love us, men who are looking for a good woman, men who are not sitting up saying, oh my gosh, she has kids. Lady Venus just proved it. 5 kids. Yes, honey. Yes. They're married 15 years. A to the men. And sometimes those divorces teach you what you don't want. Or they teach you, you learned in that process, and now you can go to the next relationship and the next marriage knowing and having learned a whole lot. So awesome. I love it. And that's another thing. And I'm getting all off track. What was my question? Let me stop because I always have a little tangent. I could go into that one, but let's keep on the one I was on. So 6 months to a year, I feel like you have to get to know each other. And you know what? If it takes 3 months for you, if you're like, man, I'm in love, I know him, it could be somebody you've known for years before. They could have been in your circle. So it's not a magical number, right? But I still want you to make sure you're taking time to get to know each other, right? How are they around your kids? Okay, if you have kids, maybe you're single. Okay, I'm a single mom. All right, so 6 months to a year, what do y'all think is a good time frame? Lady Venus, how long did it take you and your husband when you remarried? How long did it take y'all? Do you remember? Did y'all have like a quick courtship? 2 months, see, because you had that experience. You knew a good man when you saw him. And then she was like, I ain't had no time. Praises be. And so what my tangent was going to be is ladies, when God finally sends you your Boaz, when he finally puts a good man in your life, I want you to remember what it was like when you were single. And I want you to remember that you prayed for a good man. And I want you to remember what it felt like when you had to run a household by yourself. And I want you to make sure that you are not being quiet when you should speak up about things, but being appreciative and showing that love, making sure that he knows you appreciate him every day, right? And I know I don't have to tell you that, but I hate to see like a married man talk about his wife, and I hate to see a married woman talk about her husband. I want you to make sure you are uplifting each other. I think that's super important because you pray for that person, right? And yeah, we have our bad days and our good days. And yes, people get on our nerves, right? But just remember, when you do finally have that blessed person that comes along to do life with you, they're not perfect and neither are you. And so give them some grace, right? All right, so I got to cook dinner for these boys. I've been gone. I done had a good time. I am bringing them no leftovers. I brought leftovers for me. I'm going to do some pan-seared chicken real quick and do some asparagus and some rice. But I wanted to come on today and talk to you guys about that. This has been so fun, so amazing. I mean, is 8 o'clock a good time? I mean, really, should we change it to 8 o'clock? We have been doing 6. I kind of thought early. Thank you, darling. I kind of thought early on was kind of better because we're getting kids ready for the work week and we're kind of getting ourselves ready and preparing to crush it next week. But I thank you all who have popped in, and thank you so much, Miss Lady Venus. But look for me. I'm at kaywandalamb.com. I'm a single mom coach, author, speaker, all that good stuff. I'm going to be having 2 events at the end of April here in the Dallas area. Cooking Now. Hey, cousin. Yes, this was wonderful. I love you. And so I'll be having 2 events. I'll be telling you guys a little bit more about that. But I'm all about being the whole woman God. Hey, JJ5. All about being the whole woman God designed us to be. And it doesn't matter what happened in your past life. Your best life is now and it's yet to come. All right. So God bless you. Have an awesome night. I will see y'all next Sunday. And I don't know, we may come on at 8. I'll take a poll. All right. Have a great week. Do it anyway, darlings. Bye, y'all. Catch the replay. Bye.